Hello, this is Miss Pat from Seminoles Public Library. This week in Science Scouts, we're going to learn how to engineer an ice lantern. Engineer means we're going to we'll learn how to make something, we're going to design it, and then we're going to actually try to make it. So our book this week is called Snowball Moon by Fran Slayton. Okay, pretty picture outside, huh? We might get snow soon. Snowy night, firelight, cozy flames, friendly games. Lights go out, a scream, a shout. Every eye on the sky. Snowball moon, bright as noon. Mittens, boots, warm snowsuits. Grab the sled from the shed. Race outside for a ride. Right? See the big full moon? Down the hill, winter thrill. Frozen lake, where's the break? Uh-oh. Slip and slide, double flip, upside down, spinning round. Get up, sport. Let's build a fort. Snowball fight. What a night. Frosty fun. Nearly done. One more ride, then warm inside. Rosy nose, icy toes. Goodbye, snow. Hot cocoa. Droopy eyes, snowflake skies. Counting sheep, fall asleep. Sleepy heads, dream of sleds. Come back soon, snowball moon. You see all the animals in the back? They're having some fun, huh? All right, so we are going to learn a little bit about states of matter, which we've done before. Okay, so remember, water can be in 3 states of matter. It can be a solid, which is ice. It can be a liquid, which is what you're going to drink. It can be a gas, and that's the steam that you might see above a hot pot, right? Sometimes you see it outside in the summer because it's just so hot outside. So this is what the molecules look like. When it's ice, they're organized, right? They kind of look like they're making a net. When it's water, they're not so organized. Things can get through there. That's why it pours. Okay, but when it's solid like this, they're holding on. Think of when you guys hold each other's hands and you make a circle and nobody's letting anybody out. That's kind of what ice is. Steam, they just kind of float all over the place. Nothing's touching anything else, okay? So when water molecules freeze, they join together. And they take up more room than they did as a liquid. So the water in a bottle or a cup will rise higher. See how they did not fill the water bottle all the way? Then they stuck it in a freezer. And when it started holding on to each other and it froze, it had to come up over the side. That's why they don't put the top on. Okay, because if you put the top on, it breaks the bottle. Now, back last summer, we did density. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some pom-poms. You might have some plastic buttons or sequins. You might find some little pine cones outside. They're going to float because they have a lower density. That means they take up space, but they're lighter than water. And if it's lighter than water, it has a low density. Dense objects like rocks, they're going to sink. Right? They're going to be down at the bottom. So we're going to put some things in here, and some of them might float up. Depends on what you put in. Right? But you can use any type of object to engineer your lantern, right? To make your lantern. You do have to think about which ones might float when you add the water. And you have to leave a little bit of space for the water to rise, because if you fill your cup all the way up to the top and it freezes, it's going to be over the outside, and then it's going to be a little hard to get the cup out of there. All right, so leave a little bit of space. You can place it outside when you're all done so that they don't melt as fast as if you leave it inside. Right, but put it in your freezer first to, to get it solid. So these ones up here at the top, they put some green branches in, and they put in slices of orange. Now I'm going to have some orange peel to put on the outside. These ones just put in branches. These ones put in the pipe cleaner, right? And they put in pom-poms. And notice the pom-poms floated up. They started off down here, but they're very light. So when they put the water in, they floated up. Okay. So we are going to see what we have. Now, I did not bring the kit home, so I don't have everything that you guys are going to get in your kit. You're going to get a cup, you're going to get a big cup, and you're going to get a little cup, and you're going to get one pipe cleaner, and you're going to get some pom-poms. But if you want to go outside and snip a couple of leaves off of an evergreen tree or some needles, you don't really want the dead brown leaves in there. If you want to slice up some oranges, okay, we'll use some orange peels. Now, I still have my Christmas tree. So I have a couple of branches off of that, a couple of needles off of that. I had some red twigs from one of my trees outside, so I cut a couple of those off. And I've already made that, but I will show you what my granddaughter's going to make. So hold on. Okay, I now have my granddaughter with me. Hi. This is Aurora. Now, she had a cup. You guys are going to get a cup. You're going to get 2 cups. Okay. You're going to get a pipe cleaner. So she's already got the pipe cleaner in there. And since I don't bring home the pom-poms, she's got a couple of orange peels and green things that she can put in here.
Is that from the Christmas tree?
Yep, those are from the Christmas tree. Okay, so she's going to engineer. Remember, engineer is when you guys are planning it. So you can put your stuff inside. I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this. Okay, making sure it stays on top here. Okay. Now I'm going to stick this in here. I got to make sure I leave a hole for my candle. And we got to kind of hold the plastic, make sure we stick this down. Now, you see the little square. Now we're going to fill it up with water. I got to be real careful. It's going to go between the cup and the little plastic one. I don't want to fill up the little cup. Some of the stuff is going to float. Okay. Now remember, we don't fill it up all the way because it's going to rise up. I do want to show you some of the peels are sticking up at the top. Okay. Now we'll stick these inside of the freezer. Now, do you see how nice and flat this is, right? This goes all the way across. Now, I've already made one. Okay, you kind of see that this one is a little bit higher, right? It does not go across. That's because the ice has already popped up on the side. Okay, you can see how high up it is, but it's not like that with this, right? I'm using the back, right? It's a little wobbly at the bottom. This one has already been frozen. So we're gonna move this aside. Now, when you want to take it out, right, this part will come out pretty easy, okay? But then turn it upside down and warm it up. Okay, now the last time I did ice, I ended up with it on the floor. So I'm holding the bottom and I'm squeezing it to make sure it's warmed up. And then eventually it's going to give away from the cup. Okay, kind of like a sandcastle in my hand.
That looks pretty cool.
Okay. Some of the stuff floated towards the inside. And like I said, I had red sticks on the ones I did, and then parts of my Christmas tree.
You can kind of
And you can kind of see the
bumps.
hole. Yep. And that's what these little things are here. Some of these things are the bumps because maybe there are bumps on here.
In that you can see that there's bubbles that froze.
And some pieces actually aren't in the ice.
But there's like bubbles in there that froze.
Now, the reason we have this hole in here is you guys are also going to get one of these. Okay? So you can turn it on
So stuck.
and stick it in there.
Okay.
And it may not go in all the way. So if you want, stick it in that way. Then you can kind of look inside.
Whoa.
And you can see the inside.
It looks like it was cold out.
Now, if you want to put this outside, again, you're going to want it to be outside. Don't put this on your table. I have it on a cardboard plate. I'm not even going to leave it on this because it'll melt and it'll be all over the place. Okay. But I could put this outside on my deck. I could put this on my porch. Okay. I could put this out at nighttime. If I did, I wanted to put it upside down so I can actually see the light reflecting in the water. Can't put a real candle in here because what's going to happen?
It will melt.
Right? Real candle is going to melt my ice. Okay?
Way faster.
So you can do it either way. You can have it that way. You can have it this way. It looks really pretty this way too.
And
Okay.
if you look closely when yours is done, you can kind of see that there's like ice spikes in
Down at the bottom.
the water down at the bottom.
So something else that you guys could do, but I'm not giving you the pieces for this, but if you have any balloons left, you can fill up a balloon with water. Right? I did 2 drops of food coloring and water, and I stuck it in a Tupperware so it would freeze. And actually the balloon popped.
Wow.
And even though I put blue in there, it almost looks like it's,
You mean you put red in there?
I put red and blue. It's all blue. I wanted purple, but I got red and blue. But I have 3 different pieces in here. Right? So you can kind of see that it looks like there's something solid in there.
Well, that
Right?
does
You
look
can see
really
the solid
cool.
black over here, solid blue over here. Looks like little spikes. You can see the air bubbles coming up. And again, this would be like a frozen marble. You can make different colors, different sizes. You could put those outside, lining your porch or your driveway. If you wanted to, you could put your candle on that.
Maybe you
Okay,
could
because there's a
even
nice
try
little thing here.
put salt in there.
If you wanted to, you could put salt in here like we did a couple weeks ago, melt it a little bit, and this could go down. Okay, you don't really need this. It's really hard to try and get this to stay inside the balloon and weigh it down.
Yeah.
But this kind of leaves a nice little flat spot for it. And then you kind of have a nice little marble. All right. Trying to put it behind it so that you can kind of see,
Oh, that looks sweet.
right, that you have the solid pieces, really a giant solid piece in this. So it's almost like it freezes in different layers.
And
Okay.
so
So different ways to engineer an ice lantern.
make
Okay.
sure to only put these outside when it's cold out and bring them in
And if you bring them in, I would put them in your freezer because if you
Yeah.
bring them in your house, they're going to melt. All right. So have fun. Maybe send me some pictures. I would love to see some pictures of what you guys get.
Me too.
I actually think this is really cool looking.
Yeah.
All right. And enjoy. Bye.